Hello children, hi, I am Kameshwari, your social teacher. Last classes we discussed our globe, latitudes, longitudes, measurement of time, these are all things. This day we learn the motions of the earth. The earth has two motions. What are those two motions are rotation and revolution. What is meant by rotation? The movement of the earth on its own axis in 24 hours is called rotation. See children, it is the model of the earth, our globe. It rotates with the help of its axis, it rotates itself. This motion is called the rotation. It takes 24 hours. That is called one day. It is also known as Earth Day. At the same time, it rounds itself and revolves around the sun. That motion is called revolution. Revolution is the movement of the earth around the sun in 365 days and 6 hours. It takes the time of 365 days and 6 hours. That is called the revolution of the earth. Due to rotation, the seasons formed on this earth. Due to rotation, day and nights occurs on this earth. Due to revolution, seasons formed. How they are formed, I will explain now. Orbital plane. The plane formed by the orbit is known as orbital plane. You see here, this globe rotates itself with the help of the axis. Axis tilted at an angle of 23.5 degrees. It is not straight. If you cut the half globe, it divides the total 90 degrees angle. The total globe is divided into 4 equal parts. The center line is called orbital plane. Okay, you see. Next, circle of illumination. Due to the spherical shape of the earth, only half of it gets light from the sun at the time. Suppose here the sun is there. Then what happened? Half of the earth receives the sunlight and heat. Another part it does not receive. The back part does not receive the sun, heat and light. So that's why the which part of the earth receives the light from the sun, that part is called circle of illumination. The portion facing the sun experiences day, while the other half away from the sun experiences night time. The circle that divides the earth, the day from night on the globe is called circle of illumination. I will explain clearly. See here, it is the total earth. I want to divide 4 equal parts. Each corner is 90 degrees angle. The 180 degrees line is called the plane. That is called orbital plane. It is the axis. It is an imaginary line. It tilted at an angle of 66 degrees of its orbital plane. After it is if you draw this same line up to down, this line is called circle of illumination. So this area full you receives the lot of heat from the sun. See here children, the middle one day and nights are clearly appears to you. It is the half of the globe receives the heat and light from the sun, remaining part does not receive. So that is the night time, this is the daytime. What would happen? The earth did not rotate. What happened? The day continuously receives the lot of heat and the night becomes frozen. Cool, becomes too cool. Okay, that is about our rotation illumination. Next, leap year. Generally, a year has 365 days. Instead of that, a year has 366 days, that year is called leap year. Generally, a year has 365 days, but leap year has 366 days. How does that day comes to that year? Is the revolution time of the earth is 365 days 6 hours. Scientists keep aside those 6 hours. Every 4 years they add these 6 hours. Total how many hours are there? 24 hours. These 24 hours is equal to 1 day. That 1 day is added every 4 years in the month of February. So that's why we have 366 days in leap year. Okay, how can you count the leap year is? Suppose 2020 is a leap year. How would I know that? 2020 year, you take the year and divide that year into 4. If the remainder is 0, that is a leap year. If the remainder is something 1 or 2 is there, that is not a leap year. If the year has last 2 digits, 2 zeros are there, you divide that number into 400. Okay, that is the history of the leap year. Next, elliptical orbit. The path on which the earth revolves around the sun is termed as orbit. All the planets move around the sun one fixed path. That path is another name of the path is orbit. It is called elliptical orbit. Why? Because the shape of this orbit is elliptical. Next, seasons. Due to revolution of the earth, the inclination of its axis towards the east cause changes in weather conditions on the earth. These changes in weather conditions are known as seasons. Due to the revolution motion, the seasons formed on this earth. How many seasons? Total 3 seasons. What are those 3 seasons? Summer, winter and rainy season. How they are occurs on the earth. I will explain this with the help of this diagram. Observe this carefully. This is the shape of the orbit. The earth revolves around the sun in one orbit. What is the name of that orbit? Is elliptical orbit. Why? The shape of this orbit is elliptical. It is the sun revolves around the sun. The earth revolves around the sun. See here, March 21st. In this date, the sun rays fall vertically on the equator. March 21st. And March 21st onwards, the sun rays fall vertically towards the northern hemisphere. In the June 21st of June, the sun rays fall vertically on the Tropic of Cancer. Why? The reason is the North Pole tilted towards the sun. The Arctic Circle experiences continuous daylight for about 6 months. Here, at this time, summer is going on in the northern hemisphere. Northern hemisphere receives lot of heat from the sun, and the sun rays comes down again. On the date of September 23, the sun rays fall vertically on the equator. After that, that is winter solstice. Winter solstice occurs on December 22nd. On the December 22nd, the sun rays fall vertically on the Tropic of Cancer. In this time, what happened? The southern hemisphere receives lot of heat from the sun. South pole tilted towards the sun. Here long daytime and short night times are occurs in this time. The conditions reverse in the northern hemisphere. When the sun rays fall on the Tropic of Cancer, it receives lot of heat, and it is the June 21st is the longest day and shortest night in the northern hemisphere. At the same time, December 22 is the longest daytime and shortest night time in the southern hemisphere. Did you know, children, one point? Australia country celebrates the Christmas in summer season. Here, March 21st and September 23. These 2 days, the sun rays fall straightly on the equator. That's why the total world receives equal days and equal nights. That's why these 2 dates are called equinox. Now, summer solstice. Summer solstice occurs on 21st June in northern hemisphere. The whole northern hemisphere experiences more heat and light. It is summer in the northern hemisphere. Days are longer and nights are shorter. Reverse the conditions prevail in the southern hemisphere. Winter solstice occurs on 22nd December in the northern hemisphere. Northern hemisphere experiences less heat and light. Southern hemisphere experiences more heat and light. It is the winter season in northern hemisphere. It is summer season in the southern hemisphere. Days are shorter, nights are longer in the northern hemisphere. Days are longer, nights are shorter in the southern hemisphere. So this is about our winter solstice. Next, equinox. Equinox means these 2 days have equal days and equal nights. That's why that name came to that equinox. On March 21st and September 23rd, direct rays of the sun fall on the equator. At this position, neither of the poles is tilted towards the sun. So, the whole earth experiences equal days and equal nights. This is called the equinox. See, children, again, the sun is center point of the solar system. All the planets revolves around the sun. Our earth is also revolves around the sun. Sometimes the earth comes near to the sun, sometimes the earth too far to the sun. What are those 2 dates are called? Aphelion and perihelion. Aphelion occurs on July 4th and perihelion occurs on June 3. Okay. Equinox, March 21st and September 23, these two dates receives the equal day and nights, and June 21st as the summer solstice and December 22nd is the winter solstice. Children, have you understood this lesson? Thank you for watching.